what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cracking a Cold with the boys. My name is Joe.
And I'm Blair.
And we are here with
Tyler Marshall.
Hey. Straight out of the cornfields. How's it feel to be back?
God. Oh, my
to
God.
emerge.
It feels amazing.
Yeah. Wait, okay. Is this your first time on any of our shows? If
No.
It ain't, okay. The live show then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
Live show.
That was a
I think
long time ago.
then your picture is up here then.
It's somewhere.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
It is on there somewhere. It is definitely on there. I know. It's a good thing. Most of this is audio. So let's see. Where is? Dang, I can't find him. He's probably somewhere on here. Ah, shit.
We'll look for it later.
Well, yeah,
I'll see if I can put it in the clips.
We'll figure it out.
But welcome back. Welcome back to the couch.
Thank you, guys. It feels good.
Welcome back to the
And good
couch.
to see y'all.
Man, good to see you too, man.
Yes.
Damn, man. How? So, I mean, you live you're back home in good old Nebraska, where we're all from, and we've definitely everyone knows that we are all from good old Midwest. What it's like?
402.
What is it like being back there?
You've been back for 4 years now?
Yeah, so since 2020. So I went back because of the pandemic.
Yep.
And been there since. But it's been, ups and downs. But what I'm really proud about is that the city is really changing and like adding certain stuff to do.
Shout out to Omaha.
And I'm like, okay, it's not just like the old market where I can go out and drink. Now
True.
they have like Blackstone, they have Capital District, they have
new areas.
Benson, then they have Exarban, then they have out west. I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
They built this pool club thing, right? I where it's like for the summertime.
Berlin Vine.
Is that out in West Omaha?
It's out in West Omaha,
Okay.
but it is not there anymore. Another company is taking over it, and it's going to be a sports bar now.
With no pool though.
With no pool.
Damn, what
Sports bar with a pool? Could you imagine?
Did it not do? I'm assuming it didn't do good.
There was some tea that happened, and I don't know
Was
fully.
it in
to
the
speak
pool?
on it. I don't know fully, but
I neither confirm nor deny. Allegedly,
Tainted the pool.
it's not there anymore. It was really dope though. It was really dope. Just the atmosphere, because downstairs they had the restaurant, they had the concert area, then upstairs they had the pool, rooftop, really dope. So now it's going to be a sports bar.
Damn, I see. I wonder if that had to do with location. Because let's go way back, and only people will know us Nebraskans. It was.
It's gonna be a whole episode just about Nebraska.
Hey, look, watch out!
Seriously.
Let's see. Capital was big. Parliament downtown was big, and before Parliament West, it was Halo.
Yeah.
But
Holy fuck.
the one thing about Halo, everyone would be like, it's so out the way.
Yeah.
It's so you had your clientele that was very like, well, we live out here, so it's okay.
Right.
But I think Halo was cool the way it was structured.
Yeah.
And I think my opinion, amongst the other reasons why it didn't work out, one of it is location.
Yeah.
And it's just so far out. So would you think that could have been why that?
That could have been, but you know what? Whenever I went out there, it was always packed and crazy. So I think it was some things behind the scenes that happened.
Yeah.
But so
Did you went back home?
Yeah, just for a little bit, but it's only like for a couple days, so I never really know what's the spots to go to. So I was actually just about to ask you, because I know you said you work at a new bar that just opened up. What's kind of the new places that are like that are opening up?
Back in the day, they were starting Capital District,
Yeah.
and Capital District only had like 2 bars at the time or 3. Now it's filled up with so many restaurants and bars, and it keeps filling up.
Yeah.
So it's almost gonna give like that Power Light in Kansas City vibe.
Nice. Yeah.
It's busy, it's fun. They got different stuff. They have also like Marriott, so if you need to get a hotel room because you're too drunk, Omaha, you know what that is like. You can just walk right over and get a little hotel room. So, but I work at a bar called Roxy, and it's really dope. It's really dope.
Nice. So downtown's still the spot?
Yep, downtown's still the spot. People still go to the old market, but they've been kind of venturing out to the other places like Blackstone, Midtown, Capitol District.
Wait, what's in Midtown besides the really nice condominiums?
I mean, there's a strip.
There's now a strip amongst
club?
On the where the setup, Joe.
That's Iowa.
Thank you. That's a nice clip. I appreciate it. There's are you talking about the strip where the movie theater's on?
No, well, okay, I guess that is technically Midtown, but it bleeds into which is only 2 blocks into Blackstone strip.
Yeah, okay.
Which that's like there's nothing but bars and restaurant.
Yeah.
And you can just hop around and that place is like, all the hipsters and young ones.
All the Los Feliz for comparison,
21-year-olds. They flood that out.
The young cats.
Yeah. They kind of pushed me back to downtown. Yeah. I'm not a young whippersnapper anymore.
Right.
But
what's a young hipster look like now? Still dressed the same?
Yo, I don't know if I can say on here.
Let me draw my Sims character for you. Let's show you what a young hipster in Omaha looks like.
Right. Like,
have you been to the Blackstone area, Joe?
I drove past it, so I know where it's at. Yeah, a lot of cool restaurants.
It's dope. It's dope. Downtown Benson has changed from what I heard too. Mm-hmm. What where you used to work out, still there?
No, well, the building is still there, but not the company. But I'm hearing that was bought out too, and that's going to be changed into something different also. So yeah, there's a lot of changes going on in Omaha, which it's honestly for the better because so many people are coming from these big cities and moving there now. Yeah, and it's like
okay. You also do content creating, for a restaurant. Mm-hmm. What is it called?
Roxy.
Roxy,
yeah,
but
I do Roxy, and then I also do Stuff Olive.
Okay, I think it is Roxy. So, a friend of mine. He's like, God damn it, Blair. A friend of mine. I can say her name. I just won't say her last name. Her name's Laurel. And she's awesome, dope person. And she had posted a restaurant, and I think it was Roxy, a new restaurant in the Capitol District or whatever. And it has like a California expensive kind of vibe to it. I'm like, this looks very Cali like. But then when she posted it, she said, shout out to my family. And I was like, wait, your family? She's like, yeah, my family owns that. And they own Blue Sushi. And I'm like, yo, wait a second. So, yeah, one of my friend's family owns that restaurant. If it's Roxy, if I'm saying it right.
I don't know if it's Roxy. Well, unless they're from Iowa, because most of the people are from...
Yeah, they are from Iowa.
Okay, then,
yeah. Okay, it is there.
Okay,
it is there. Yeah.
Small Midwest world.
Yeah, right? Yeah, she said that, the people that own it, they're from Iowa, and that's her family. Exactly. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you didn't know that? I was like, I'm not sitting there asking who owns like restaurants in Omaha.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, we own quite a few, but that's our newest project.
It's a chain.
Damn.
Of them.
Yeah.
In the Midwest.
Yeah, they also have one in Des Moines too, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I think you were the one that told me that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you told me that. So it's so crazy.
I know a lot has changed in Omaha, which I love it. I love it.
I am trying to go back there in the summertime for a good old College World Series.
Woo.
Yeah, that's. I know that's what you about to make your money.
I hope I make. We like to say munyon. I'm about to make some munyon.
Yo, you about to?
Yeah, I'm excited for College World Series.
Downtown. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere else to go in the city. Everything else is dead. Outside of downtown,
especially during that time.
Yeah,
everyone's just gonna be there chilling and.
Man, over the summer. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
just
good.
Like it hit me in a wave of when I got off the plane over the summer. Just the humidity. I forgot. Every time I get off that plane, I always forget how bad
Tyler's
the
face.
fucking humidity is, dude.
Do you know how many times I have to wash my balls?
Just throughout the day.
In Nebraska? It's like, right. I'm like, well, gotta go.
You know you're gonna have to take a couple showers when you sit down and you get up and your skin is sticky. You're like,
And then all your friends have leather seats or some shit.
my
You're like,
God.
why?
that should be
Sick of
illegal.
it.
No leather seats in Nebraska during a certain time of the year.
Sick of it. But you know what? The weather before I left, it's like here right now.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Like the other day was
70s,
90.
perfect. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is good. This is real heat. But once the summer comes, it's about to be,
You gonna have your hat?
I like to say, hotter than a jalapenos coochie.
You gonna have your hat with a washcloth underneath it.
Literally.
Talking about it's Atlanta up in here.
Nothing to joke with.
Yeah, I had one of my good friends. They stay in Lincoln, and they when it was raining over here over the past weekend, it was like sunniest day out there, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck's up with Cali right now? I feel like Nebraska, but with rain. Instead of snow, it's rain.
Yep. It was raining when I before I got on the plane.
Which
Yes, this
airline
morning.
did you take?
Southwest. You get 2 free bags and a carry-on and a personal bag too.
This is not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor, hey, please give us a.
And they have good snacks. No, I'm joking.
Joe, which airline do you typically take? Allegiant, right?
If I can, yeah. That's the cheapest one back. I got as cheap one time for $100 to go back to Nebraska. But you have to really find them. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
What? No, but see, here's the scheduling. You can't leave whenever. They have a tight schedule. It's like Frontier.
Yeah.
You can
And it's
take
like only
out.
on a Saturday,
Yeah, and then
like
you can
9 p.m. or some shit.
You can
Was
leave.
it American Airlines or Frontier that had like you pay $500 and then
Frontier.
You can get, was it Frontier?
Yeah,
I
because
missed that.
Eli's on that.
Okay.
So if you're not aware, Joe, Frontier came out with this wonderful kind of membership deal, quote unquote, where you pay for like 6 months or a year, and you can fly anywhere you want with it within the dates that were available.
Wait, is Frontier the one with bleacher seats, or is that Spirit? Which one am I thinking?
No. Frontier's
Spirit's
actually
pretty
out of
shitty, but I think-
Colorado, which is why they always stop there because that's their hub.
Never fly Spirit.
Because you'll lose your
Only
spirit.
Vegas.
Because you'll end up one.
You'll end up being a spirit. Like, wait, what happened?
What happened? I thought I was going to LA.
Yeah, right? I thought I was going to nope.
Final
All right,
destination.
you guys, welcome
Literally.
to hell. For all you sinners. Wait, I died? Yes, sir, you're dead. Our plane crashed. Like, oh, sorry. Our bad. Nothing funny about a plane crash. We're comedians. Cancel them. Cancel.
Literally.
Was you happy to be back
Is it?
to LA?
Yes. Oh my God. It's like a huge sigh. It's like I consider LA as my second home. You know, I almost, please don't hate me, anybody in Nebraska. I almost want to say it's my first home. Yeah, we're clipping that.
Out of context.
But I just have such a connection here. Like, you know, this was like my stomping ground, especially when I came out here and I just hit the ground running.
Yep. A month
And
right after
went
I
through
did.
my own struggles and everything. Like, LA is where it's at. I've had the best times. I went to the most dopest parties. I've made the most greatest, like, great friends ever, you know. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm home.
You gonna possibly move back out at some point? So
Yes,
Nebraska people,
yes.
Your job's
You
like,
know-
so I saw a podcast where you said you're leaving? What?
Like,
What?
I definitely want to move back here. I'm actually really thinking about going to New York for 2 months in the fall.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And just doing auditions and seeing where it goes. Have enough money saved up to where I don't have to work. Like I can get an Airbnb for 2 months or rent out a room or sublease or something like that, and just focus on auditions every day, all day, until I can book something.
Going for Broadway?
Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm trying to do that, and hopefully do that. Like, because some contracts ends for some people that's on Broadway around the fall time. So they're looking for new candidates. They're looking for
That's the pilot season per se for musical theater.
And for sure.
If you when you do go to New York, my suggestion to you is, and you probably already know, so if you know, then great. You should apply and snag. I know you want to do auditions, but snag a job at Ellen's Stardust Diner.
Oh my God.
You know?
Yes.
So everyone that's pretty much an actor in Broadway specifically, they all work there when they're not.
And they're sickening.
Yeah.
Like,
and one of my friends, she's an amazing singer. And that's the only reason why I know what I'm talking about.
You told me about it. I tried to go, but the line was so fucking long.
Yep.
Couldn't.
And the history
really
behind it is the person that made it. They were in the world of like theater, and they wanted something for. They wanted to combine theater with like eating experience, and then it came this thing where a lot of actors, during downtime season, or you just didn't have any roles or anything. It's like, well, they need a job because they weren't like the big dogs yet.
Exactly.
And Ellen was like, yeah, come work here. So then it came this thing. So it's one of the few jobs in the world that I say that they all understand when people like the turnover rate, but they're okay with that because they're all actors. And I'm like, damn, that's a restaurant that actually welcomes us, because out here they'd be like, are you an actor? No. Are you sure? No, yeah, I'm not. You gotta lie, and then you already got the job, so they're like, you can't fire me now.
Exactly.
Hey, by the way, Bob, I ain't gonna be there for the next 4 days. What you mean?
I have an audition coming up with Fox.
But it's, you already know it.
I remember I went out to New York. This is like 2012, and I did an audition. Well, I was out there for almost a month, and this person that I met, in line of the audition, he was telling me, he was like, if you want to stay in New York, I have this restaurant, which I don't know if that was it, but he was like, I perform, and there's a list that you have to learn of songs, and then you're also serving and bartending and stuff like that. And I was like, that sounds so dope. Now that social media is where it's at now, and I'm seeing these like certain bars and restaurants, I'm like, oh yeah. Because it kind of helps you not to lose your spark, when you're waiting for that next gig, so absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to, I don't think people understand, like, if you're active in this industry, it's a small industry. If you are an introvert and you don't really get out and you walk around and you say to your, I'm an actor or whatever, it's very likely that you don't know too many people because you're not putting yourself out there. I say all that to say because I was on a Adidas photo shoot. It was like 2 years ago, and I posted it was like the coolest thing I ever did. And I had met this girl on there. We were chopping it up, exchanged IGs, and then one of my friends from the Ellen Stardust Diner was following her, and I'm like, but wait, she lives in New York. And then this girl lives in LA. And so I hit her up, was like, how do you know this girl? She's like, oh yeah, she used to work here. And I'm like, yo. And she's like, how do you know her? We just did a photo shoot. And she's like, what? Like, but
a small world.
Yeah, it's a small world if you're actively putting yourself out there.
Exactly.
And I bring that to how the universe works with all three of us. Yeah. So people that are listening,
listen up.
We are obviously, yes, we said it. We're all from Omaha, Nebraska. Blair. Joe is actually from Blair, Nebraska. If you've been following. However, your boy right here, Blair and Tyler, we went to the same high school, and which is Omaha Benson. But what's crazy?
Bunnies.
Benson jackrabbits too at one point.
Oh,
No, it's beware of the hair. You guys can keep that.
Oh, actually, you want to know why it's the rabbits? Because Benson used to be an all-girls school. Way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all-girls school. And then they opened it up to males coming in, and they just kept it as the mascot. For summer league for baseball, we ended up changing from the bunnies to jackrabbits. Yeah, but so yeah, me and Tyler's connection is Omaha Benson.
Yeah,
we saw each other in passing. It's kind of like, oh yeah, hey, I knew you just because your talents and stuff like that. But what's crazy is Joe's connection is your stepdad.
Yeah, stepdad worked.
His stepdad was the ROTC of Omaha Benson. What's your stepdad?
Dan Fofo.
What?
Yes. Yeah, that's his stepdad.
What?
I know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's his stepdad. That is crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's the little our connection of like knowing each other.
And then I'm Western.
And then I'm Western. And then me and you got closer in the club promoting game. Yeah. Anytime I bring you up, I'm like, it's
you were a club promoter too?
Yeah. It was like same thing in high school. See, what's up? See each other passing.
Right.
Me and Tyler got close when he moved out here. However, the month before I left, he was at Parliament West and I was there. And I don't know initially. I'm assuming it probably went like this. We said, what's up? And I said, I'm moving to Cali. And he's like, oh, I'm moving there too. I'm like, I'm moving there next month. And he said he's moving there next month. And then sure enough, as soon as he got here, he hit me up. And then we hung out. And the rest is history.
Literally, the rest is history.
But what's crazy is we weren't.
Plan.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it. And we share a phone plan.
Damn it. Oh, dude.
Since 2017.
It's more of a commitment than marriage. Yeah.
I love that because when we make it, I hope I don't want to say fans, but I'm going to say fans. I want the fans to do their research and then whoever's interviewing us bring it up just so we can like, man, we made it. We made it. Yeah, we still share the same flow. The same stuff. After all these years.
Yo.
Are y'all on Sprint?
Yeah, but it's T-Mobile.
T-Mobile now.
Oh, yeah, it switched over to T-Mobile.
Yeah, it's going good. It's probably gonna go upgrade tomorrow.
Ooh, get a new phone?
Yeah, I'm due for an upgrade.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm due for an upgrade. Well, more likely because I have a 12. And wait, you have the 12 too?
Wait, are you upgrading too?
No, I think you have the 13.
I think I have a 13. Yeah.
What do you have, Joe?
The 15. I finally got. I had the
Is it nice?
before. It's really nice.
Joe has the 15.
Do you have the matte? The
No,
big,
just the Pro.
the Pro?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
He's
it
just
feels
saying
nice,
that's
so
just
much
a Pro.
faster.
Just the Pro.
The Max can't fit in my pocket.
Yeah.
So your main thing was always theater before film.
Yeah.
And
It's like talking about our old love.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also too, just want to give a quick shout out to Omaha Benson. Their theater was actually pretty big for high school.
Inspired the hell out of me.
I'm not gonna lie. Did you ever see it, Joe?
I saw the theater. I've never seen it.
They actually have a green room, like for a high school. Like they actually had a full, like it wasn't like a little thing. It was they had a full back like I was a full thing. Yeah. So and not a lot of high schools have that. So that's pretty good that they kept that. What is I guess, is theater still your first love, right? Because that's where I know you from. Obviously, shyness, singing and all that.
Yes, theater is my first love. I would say singing is like my actual first love, but as far as like acting and also singing at the same time, it's theater, because growing up, my mom, she would play Grease, she would play The Sound of Music, and so that kind of like really inspired me. I'm like, I want to do that. And then when I saw my first stage play and first musical, I'm like, I want to be on stage 7 days a week, singing for 2 hours straight, and acting, and being comedic and whatnot. But yeah, it is my first love. Yeah, and then now I want to also branch off into acting on film. But there's nothing like performing every night, and getting a crowd reaction or an audience. And just like that feeds me. It's a weird thing. It's a high that I chase even when I'm off of the stage.
Have you been doing musicals back home?
Yeah. Yep.
What was the last one you did?
Last one I did was what was it? The Carole King musical, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, and it's about Carole King, and I played the lead singer of the Drifters, which was a very big group. So before the Temptations and all them, were out. The Drifters were those guys. So I played that, and then before that, I played one of my dream roles, which is Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors. So I played the plant.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, and which was really dope. That I got to voice act.
Yeah.
So the only time you saw me on stage is I played a homeless person at the beginning of the show, up under a bunch of trash. A wino.
He's like, I seen enough LA. I know how to play homeless.
Exactly.
No offense, sorry, LA.
Right. But the rest of the time, I'm actually in a little booth on the side, voice acting, and that really unlocked something in me, because I'm like, I can actually do commercials, or I can actually do animation, I can actually do, and I'm always doing voices, I mean, if you look back at this interview, you'll see that I do like little voices here and there. So yeah, kind of really unlocked some things for me.
Yeah, when you said theater and just performing on stage, it really does unlock like a different type of high. That's why, I mean, anyone that's listening and you're in this industry, even if you're singing or modeling, do I mean, if you're a singer, then you would definitely understand for sure. But just those months of rehearsal, and then you're kind of on the sideline, and all right, this is game day, whatever how you view it, and then you get out there and you hit that first line, and it's a rush. It is definitely a rush.
Yeah, definitely a rush.
I've been asked, like, do you get nervous? And I get nervous right up until I step on the stage and I say my first word, and then as soon as I look out to the crowd, then I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm good.
I got this.
And plus, I'm kind of blind anyway. I got the bright lights. I can't see far.
Right,
so
you
I'm
really
like,
can't see
I
people,
can't see
honestly.
y'all anyway.
You see little shadows and stuff, but
it is a rush. And Joe, so yeah, how is it? What is it like being on the technical side of things? Like, you hear us talk about our rush and our high on performing in front of people. Is there an equivalent behind the scenes of like come performing days for the techies out there? Gotta give them shout outs. Gotta give them some.
Yeah, always. Wait, do you guys also do pre-show shits? Every time it's 30 minutes prior, dude. You gotta do it. Man, the worst is when it's like diarrhea and it's...
Oh, I have to pee right before I go on stage.
Pee? Oh,
yes.
Mine's like, it's always poop. I don't know why.
Well, I have IBS, so I'm always pooping.
That's a given anyway.
Oh, man. Like he said it.
When we first started this podcast, like right away, I would get like kind of nervous and then have to do pre-show shits, and then now not too much
you used to all the time.
But it's only certain times where I'd get nervous that would happen.
Yeah.
But no, yes, but the tech side, no, there's similar things. But luckily for me, I only get nervous if I have to talk, because I get tongue-tied pretty easy unless I know exactly what I'm going to say. But like doing physical things like pressing buttons or whatever, nah, it's like that's pretty fine. But I do get a rush too if it's like something breaks and you got to go like fix it in the moment. Oh, that's always fun.
That, to peek off of that, that's another thing about live and theater, that the anxiety and also the adrenaline of,
Stuff will
okay,
probably
this
go
person
wrong.
is not here, so what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Or, you know, we're missing this prop, or, you know, it's just like you really have to come off on the top of your dome and really, the show must go on, you know?
Yeah.
If your voice is out, or, you know, you just have to figure things out. I do like that, even though it's a lot of major anxiety. And at the end, I'm like,
Yeah, I can't talk to
Yeah,
y'all
once
for
you
like
get
a
through,
couple
you feel stronger.
yeah, like, oh wow, I just
Like shit.
really pulled that out of my ass. But
I found something, and this is what I'm giving you guys.
After that pre-show shit, didn't think I had anything left.
I'm not a singer yet. I'll just say that for now, whatever. But musical theater, dancing was the reason why I got roles, and I'm okay with that. I'm cool, you know. But anytime I got a line where I had to sing, I'm like, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? But I think it was Wedding Singer. I was an understudy for one of the actors, and the whole cast. I don't think the crew necessarily. Some of the crew members were on it, but they all wanted to play a joke on me, and they're like, "Yeah, so and so, yeah, they're not going to be able to make it tonight. So you going in?" And I was studying. Like, I was there when they were rehearsing. That's how understudies work. They pretty much, you know, we got to follow the lead, and, you know, we do our rehearsals too. So I was prepared to do it my best, but compared to him and how he sung, I'm like, yeah, I'm not hitting those notes, but you'll get something. Like, I'm a performer. I'll make.
How long did they keep you going for?
Probably like up 15 minutes before we went on, and then he just popped up and was like, "Oh, what's up?" And I was like, "Dang!" I was so happy. Because I didn't singing is not my thing.
Especially last night,
However,
like, oh,
don't get it twisted. I can be on stage and I will perform and I will sing, but internally I'm like,
having a panic attack.
like, no, yeah. But nah, don't ever. That's why I don't do karaoke.
Have you guys ever done stand-up? Would you ever do stand-up? I would. That'd be tough.
It's funny
for
that
me.
you say that, because my family and some of my friends, they're like, you need to do stand-up. And I'm like, I consider myself more of a comedic actor.
Boy, you get canceled real quick. You're like, oops, did I make someone mad?
But yeah, they, you know, because I can come up with stories and like be funny in the moment, and like, because I love to make people laugh. I do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if I can just sit there, write out a script, you know, come up with these jokes, even though my whole life is a joke. But
Me in the audience.
right. But I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I guess I could try it out, but I don't know. What do you think?
I see this whole trend, the whole crowd work thing that pops up on social media, which is not, a lot of comedians are like, that's not stand up.
The clips now,
Matt Rife, that's where he blew up on, because he really just posted all his crowd work. His reason behind it was because he didn't want people to see his actual jokes, like, you know. So he did that to real people and to come to the shows. But that's why his Netflix special didn't do so good, on top of what he had said. But because people thought that's what his whole show was just crowd work and having a conversation, but it's not. It's just the real people in and coming. When you go to a show, like, he's actually doing a stand up. If crowd work was a separate entity, I could do that. I think I'm good at. I can talk to people and crack jokes within the crowd and tell stories. But like, as a, like, coming up, like doing like true stand up, I don't know.
It's definitely one of those things where it seems like it has to be a grind. Like, you have to kind of like do it enough times to where you get confidence. And then you can, like,
it's a different
just
level
of thinking. Yeah.
On stage performance, because you're an individual. You're up there by yourself.
One man show.
And
True.
yeah, I guess you could have everything mapped out, but I don't know, it's a whole different ball game. It's not a team thing, so you can't rely on like, oh, help me, no, one up there, bro.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
You bomb hard, yeah.
So okay. Obviously, we said it plenty of times. We're from the Midwest, blah blah blah. However, you know, it's living out here and then going back to Omaha. I realize that I find a lot of appreciation for Nebraska now, just because the city life, the big city life versus there is definitely a lot different. But I'm not gonna lie, because I'm 33 now, and I feel like a non-celebrity when I come back to Nebraska because no one knows me. Because you made it very subtle, but if people don't get it, when you said there was a particular area that's pretty much all Blackstones, all 21. That's it's everyone's younger, so no one knows who I am. But the people that did know me, the level of excitement that they get when they see me is like, yo, what's up? Yo, you out? I see you, man. I see you doing your thing. So what I want to, talk about is, because we've been out here for years, and we get our little attention here, but going back home, there's a different level of like an attention. What has your experience been since you've been back home, from like here and then going back there? And then even you, Joe, just because we do our podcast, we still famous.
It's been the same. There's people that still kind of like hung up on the whole thing of when I did Idol.
Yeah.
And so if no one knows in the room, they're going to say it. Which sometimes I'm like, I've done more than that.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing. But I always get that. Anywhere I go, this is Tyler Marshall. Did you know he was American Idol? Did you know he was American Idol? And then the other person's like, what? It's just like,
damn it, that's how I should have introduced you.
I'm like, I really want to get drunk right now. Like, I'm out. I don't want to talk about this. But, hey, that's just the life that, I have to get used to.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you put your shades on, your hat and all that, someone come. I know what you.
Somebody gonna know my big head.
Just sign this right here. We'll be quiet. What about you, Joe? Because I know when we started our podcast and stuff, and I would imagine when you went home a few times in the earlier of us starting our podcast, you might have gotten some people like, yo, I see you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely when we were in like the big momentum part of it, people were like, "Oh my god, yeah, it's actually keep up with the videos," and it was cool. And then now they're like, "Well, you still do podcasts?"
Yeah,
it's like kind of gone a little silent on that. But yeah, going back home, just family members are like, "Oh, I love the little podcast that you do."
They say little.
Like I say little. Like
everyone says that. It's like little podcast. Like yeah, it's cool.
Oh, and then everybody's so confused when they're like, "How much money are you making off those?"
Oh my god! Why is that like such a Nebraska or a small town thing? Like,
but I guess it makes sense, because if you look at all the other fucking people on TikTok doing the same thing, I'm like, they're definitely getting revenue somehow.
Yeah,
what's interesting? A lot of those people, like, they're not as wealthy as you think. They're really not, and that's facts. There's no like shade. It's really like they're really not.
That's true.
They just have the illusion of the lifestyle. Even when some of those people were in those like TikTok houses and stuff like that, probably one or two of them were like could actually live on their own. The rest need a couple of roommates,
it off just by content.
Yeah, but that's kind of the pay to play game. Some people would, believe it or not, some people would sacrifice actually having money on them for just the lifestyle of like, oh, I get to go to these events for free. And that's another thing. True. If anyone's listening, when you see these influencers at these events, most of the time, if not all, they're not getting paid. Their payment is just being there, and then they share the content for free. There might be one or two. There might. But then you got to ask yourself, who's that getting paid? And it's the big ones. But most of the time, they're just there. They get free gifts.
True.
Go home, and they create the illusion like as if like they have all this money. I know a lot of them, and I can only say like
unless they have an OnlyFans,
yeah,
they're not making money.
Yeah, only one or two that I know that's actually doing real good.
So guys, if you want to help us out, just go to our OnlyFans.
Oh God.
You know, times was hard, and I had OnlyFans at one point, but
we're not gonna talk about that. Too late, you said it.
Wait, you had an OnlyFans?
Yeah, he had one.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, had.
That's it. Don't.
What'd you put on there? Can you say? Is it still up? Can you still access?
No, they took it down because I stopped doing content, like because you have to.
Oh,
OnlyFans. Yeah, I wasn't using. I wasn't posting content, and then I lost subscribers, and they was like, "Yeah, you haven't did anything in like the last 3 months," so they just took it down.
How many posts
I'm glad
did you
they
do?
did. I don't want to go off into that. No. I had quite a bit of videos on there. Yeah. It was the pandemic. There was nothing else to do.
Yeah. Was it lucrative? For the time being?
I made a good $800 a month.
Oh shit, that's nice.
And
that's
was
really
it.
nice. That's passive
but
income
that
right there.
was probably like 4 months, and then I was like, okay, this is doing too much. Like, that's literally what do you call it? Constant content. Like, and it's like, okay, how many times am I gonna fuck this week? Like,
This is a job now.
You know what's? So on that, I'm not gonna say their name. All I'll say is that they are a change woman, and they love religion. But I have an associate. We were close friends. However, sometimes things happen. They used to do their YouTube content was like involved doing makeup and also making alcohol beverages based on the makeup that they were doing. And and it was good. And I actually was watching every video. Like I was going through, like I wasn't watching it from start to finish, but I was, definitely giving them a view and a comment. And I was telling them like, yo, you're doing good. Like you keep up. And right before they moved out here, they stopped doing it. And I was, cause they wanted to rebrand, and every content creator goes through that rebrand phase. And I'm sitting, like, I remember asking them like, why'd you stop? And they said, cause they didn't want to keep drinking alcohol. And I was like, no one needs to know that you're actually drinking alcohol though. Like that's the crazy thing. Like that's all the good content creators, they know how to sell a dream. But most of the time, they're not actually in that SUV 24/7 that you see them get in. They're really not, and most of them are paying. Most of them are paying to just create the illusion. So you didn't have to, and they're like, "Yeah, I know now." But I say that just to bring, because you had said, "How many times am I going to fuck this week?" And I was like, it made me think.
Fun out
wish you could do more than just that on OnlyFans. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, damn, that they did that. And but I want to go back to the whole like just the experience of when you get a little bit of fame. I don't want to necessarily talk about the reason why I want to bring this up is so you can let people know. I'm not asking how was American Idol when you were in it. What I want to know, and I think people should know, is the after effect. Because I remember you telling me there actually was a therapist or someone there asking you questions because of like, how life-changing to a degree it is. And what, so let's say someone new getting into this industry, and you start to see some success in things. What should people be aware of when you start becoming a celebrity and people start coming up to you and asking questions, and then hidden secrets start popping up. You know, how to handle those things. Yeah, I know. Fully loaded.
That was very loaded.
No pun intended.
How can words I can.
I'll add a little bit while you're thinking. For me, even though I'm not out there yet, I would say, you know, I lean on, because I love you guys. I lean on to my friends. And I always tell this guy, I always tell myself, I know I can be humble in this industry as long as I have my friends and as long as they still literally treat me exactly how things were. That means if you called me ugly, like, and that was your first interaction when you saw me that day, what up, ugly dude? Like, I pray that they keep it that way. I say, like, I hope that the people around me, like, if we get in arguments right now, and don't shy away from, like, speaking your mind when I get to that level, because if you do, then I think that's when people start to lose their humanity and they start to become a little bit like, I'm better than everybody. So my advice, I would say, like, just keep
be humble.
Be humble, but you can't be humble by yourself, because this industry will suck you up really quick. Mm-hmm. And you know, keep your friends close and your family too.
Stick with your
and
day
make
ones.
sure they keep you in line. And keep that ugly car you had. It'll keep you humble.
Bro, okay, speaking of my fucking car, dude, my left headlight went out.
Oh, God damn it.
Earlier this week, and then my fucking interior door, I just like opened it and then it like so now every time I gotta fucking roll down the window and then reach on the outside and then open it up now. I watched a YouTube video. It's 20 minutes and I have to get like 4 other tools. Because I know the minute I take that shit to like Firestone, they're gonna be like $800. I'm like, dude, no,
fuck off.
My car sounds like a lawnmower going down the street. So
Here comes Tyler.
Oh, God. I was texting a friend. I said, "Hey, I'm coming up the street." She like, "Yeah, bitch, I can hear you." I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, that was rude. But to kind of go back to that, I guess having a good support, of friends, and also too, even if you don't have that, and then your surroundings too, it's okay to change that surroundings. And find the people in your tribe that can understand, you know, what you're going through as far as, you know, being off in the industry or being on a television show, because there's a lot of stuff that happens, the aftermath of it, that a lot of people do not talk about. And sometimes the depression, the anxiety, the
pressure too.
The pressure. And then also too, getting into this, people are gonna always, anything that you've done great or did, or that little TV time on TV, you know, that you had, people are gonna always remember that, and they're going to always hold that, even when you've moved on. Yeah. That's, you know. Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
I don't think I'll ever be famous, so I don't know what.
By association, bro. By association.
No, I totally agree with both of you. I think, yeah, definitely always know where your grounding is with how you even get there. And I was in that, what's that quote with like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I truly believe that on everything, even my job right now and like everything else that I'm like passionate about. It's definitely that you're always still learning. I work at a fucking college, and it's like kind of one of my favorite things about it is like, even all the students there, everybody's always learning and always like trying something new and always doing other things. But yeah, I'd say, but always keeping whatever passion you have alive.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to switch some gears to something funny that I have on the notes. We're now to the notes parts of lovely things.
Relationship hour?
Relationship hour? Dude, you saying that makes me think about how we did our live show. And it when we got, what was it, like the fast questions or something quick?
Well, what the fuck was it? Hot topics.
Yeah, hot topics. True.
Hot topics.
Hot topics. And it'll pop up with the animation.
It's called Hot
Man,
Topics
that shit was
now.
dope.
It's Hot Topics now.
Yeah. So... Okay, this is. There was something I yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Wow, this was actually on for our last episode. We just didn't get to it. I had a childhood scare moment at this age not too long ago. You remember when you were like you were sitting there and you had to go upstairs. And you had to turn off all the lights. And when you turn off the lights, you're like, okay, how quick can I get? Dude, I saw like a video. Okay, so that happened here, and I saw a video of like when someone turned off the light, and they were just like, it was actually giving me anxiety. I was like, oh shit, bro.
I know exactly what video you're talking about.
I was
like running in down the hallway.
Yes. Yo, any experiences with that?
Yes, definitely. I used to be like, go. And it feel like somebody is falling and running after me. And I'm like looking behind me like, what's in the dark?
Man, speaking of Nebraska, like the nights there, like out in the, because I where my house is, it's like out in the kind of country, but like
Blair.
enough to where it's just... the winds, like the trees are like almost kind of like aggressive.
Yeah.
And then so I would always have to take the trash out on Wednesdays to like on the down at the end of the driveway. And it was like kind of like enough to where you got to like roll everything out. And the minute that you get down there, just running back because it's fucking dark as shit outside.
I wonder why that, like, what's the science behind that, or why that?
I don't know.
Because that doesn't happen to me too often now. It's just like whatever, even though it happened recently, but it's just like, it doesn't happen too often. It doesn't happen too often. So I wonder why that's the case.
Well, at my house, it's very dark on the side of the house. There's no light, and the only light is the front. So once you see like light, everything around it is dark. You know,
Yeah.
That's true.
So sometimes when I get home late at night from bartending or whatever, I'm like trying to I'm like, somebody's coming, like about to hop out from around the corner, and literally, like to this day I still have I always think that someone's like waiting for me.
I was waiting for you. Okay, speaking of, goddamn, look, it is a Nebraska podcast. Who cares? Did you guys see that video on Netflix of the killer in Nebraska?
I heard about it.
Yeah, and I was just like, whoa, and it was every spot. I'm like, that's Omaha. That is
Is it like Netflix thing?
Yeah, there was a crazy documentary. A crazy woman was in love with the guy and killed this other woman, but made it seem like it was the other woman the whole entire time. And
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
All in Nebraska? All in Omaha?
Yeah, Omaha. Yeah, and they literally showed areas. I'm like, yeah, that's Omaha.
That's Omaha.
That's Omaha. There's no.
Oh my God. So
But what's interesting to me, I'm like, damn, I'm surprised I didn't see no one like post up anything about it, because they went there and literally filmed. So I'm like, well, yeah, no one said nothing.
I was like, when did they find the time to do that?
Yeah, how'd y'all do that? No one. I didn't see nobody on, because my Facebook is just full of just Nebraska.
Right.
So, and my IG is pretty much all Cali people. So I didn't see nobody on Facebook saying nothing. They went in there quick. What were you gonna say?
Did y'all see Quiet on Set at all?
Oh yeah,
the Drake Bell thing.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet. It's in my little list. Yeah.
Just speaking of, like, did you know that was in Nebraska? Somebody was like, hey, one of the pedophiles was from Nebraska. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. It's like Omaha, Nebraska.
Come on, let us be, man. We out here.
Like, you're from Nebraska, right? Yeah, the pedophile's from Nebraska.
No, we're not.
Like, why are you associating?
No.
I don't know if you guys, heard this. Probably not. But As Joe knows, but you're gonna find out now, I listen to the radio now on the way to the gym, just because like listening to my music, I'd rather save that for the actual gym, but now it's just like I want to change it up. So lately, listening to the radio, I'm hearing things that I don't think I would have heard. And so one of the things I recently heard was that, pull up my notes, was that Spotify won't pay their artists if they don't get more than 1,000 streams now. They won't pay their artists at all. I
feel like 1,000 streams isn't too much.
Apparently, but they were getting cents or something off of that still. And I'm like, oh, okay.
What?
So I think the number is definitely a lot higher. But of course, people are just, they're like, well, what? Why not? Yeah, you definitely. I think they said you kind of have to be in the millions now for them to even care about paying you.
Damn.
So what you being an artist, what's your thoughts on that?
I can kind of see why they did that, because the industry is so crowded now.
It's very saturated.
And it's like anyone can just upload a song and then boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
TikTokers.
But also too, it's like right. Also too, it's like, dang, like, can the up and coming have a moment? Because also, like, you want your royalties and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you have to go through a publishing company and all this other stuff. It's a whole ordeal. Yeah. But it's like, dang, like, Spotify is actually one of the like main streaming services as far as views or streaming that you just like you want to make, like you want to be on that list. So that's I have mixed feelings about that.
Mixed feelings about that.
I have mixed feelings about that.
But what's funny is like just even just art and putting it out there. Like you think of TikTok, you think of Instagram, just how to make money off these things. I feel like now the only thing I've been hearing that's been doing good, and you were actually using it earlier, Snapchat is like the only thing that's like people are making money off that. Because Spotify has crazy stuff. TikTok, it feels like you have to go live to even make anything.
Yeah.
And Instagram, it seems like it's non-existent now, unless you're doing like a lot on YouTube.
What about X?
Can you make money off X?
No, I was just wanted to I didn't want to make it feel left out. Because Twitter has survived the test of time to a degree.
Yes, to a degree.
It is found a place. But yeah, Snapchat is
that's the only thing I've heard people like. Even I was like getting a donut the other day, and somebody was like talking to their friend about, say, oh, what do I have to do for this Snapchat thing? Oh, 20 stories a day? Get the payment plan or whatever.
Yep.
So
I've seen that because they offer to everyone.
They do.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well,
don't mind if I do.
Now, speaking of, we actually met somebody who did do that. And I'm like, how do you, like 20 posts a day? I'm like, what are you,
right?
I'm like, what are you posting? She's like, I go to Disneyland every single day. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, I go to Disneyland one day out of the year. I film a shit ton of stuff. And then throughout there, I just repost it.
Yup.
I go to Disneyland every
that's
single day.
That's how you do it.
Listen, guys.
That's how you do it.
A lot of these content creators are not like living that life.
So
goddamn.
Nobody gives a fuck if you're reposting.
No, literally.
Don't forget.
With me doing the content creating for Roxy and Stuff Olive, Martini Bar, that's what I pretty much do. I go in on a day that I'm not working, and I sit there and have the bartenders make up a shit ton of drinks. I talk to the kitchen. Can you send this out? Can you send this out? That way, I don't have to try to muster or something. So I have a whole month of content just on my phone, ready to go, and boom. While you're thinking that there's someone that's actually like there every day. No, hell no.
Just like
so
podcast,
that's and it's very smart. Yeah.
Being that like you definitely have the experience in the music industry as well as the acting. One thing that I find slightly frustrating is when I say Hollywood, I always think of actors. I'm curious when you say Hollywood or when people say Hollywood, what do you guys think of? You guys think of like everything as a collective, or you think of actors?
I think of networks. I don't know why. Netflix and like the big companies and stuff.
So yeah, and when it comes to like music artists, I just think of like, oh, that's the music industry. What I notice is it really seems like Hollywood is very pretentious, which is very true. As I'm saying that, it's very difficult to get your foot in the door. It's almost like you're going for a job interview, which you really are, and someone's looking at your resume and they're like, oh, cool, man, you did good. Yeah, we just think you just need more experience. And you hear that every single time. And you're like, I heard that from the last 10 like productions and casting directors. Who's going to be the one
who's going to give me the experience?
Give me the experience. Who's going to say, you know what? I'm risking my name, but I see something new. But when it comes to the music industry, it really seems like they're like, yeah, you're good. We'll take you.
You got spun,
and they're
kid.
blowing up. They're blowing up. It's so sad that I'm about to say this, but if I cared enough to learn how to rap and do music, I really think I could blow up in there a lot quicker than me pursuing acting. So what I want to know is, why do you think that is? Why? Why? Because that's very like fucking bothering some.
People just have the work ethic for it, and it doesn't matter anymore about if you have a great voice or not. It's about literally the work ethic and selling a dream, and that's pretty much what it's all about. Is that work ethic, and because there's people that are not talented. Call
them out.
And they have a whole machine behind them.
Yeah.
And
but they're marketable.
They're marketable.
Yeah.
And that's just having the best producer, having the best songwriters, and all that. And boom, there you go. You start a whole, what do you call it? Rock star or pop star, right then and there. Like, it's ridiculous. And you sit there and you listen to the songs like, okay, this is pretty cool, but they're not actually really singing, or they're not actually really rapping. But I don't know why. That's just what it is. It's weird, and it kind of sucks for people that are actually really doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's an even more scary segue.
Oh shit!
Now they got all those AI tools. It's not even like in the future. It's like right now. Like you could take anybody's voice or anybody's likeness, like Taylor Swift or whatever, and then you sing, and then it like generates her tone, whatever you're singing.
Yep.
And so just like that Drake song or whatever.
That went super popular.
Yep. So what's your
AI is taking over the industry?
Scary.
It really is. Now, voice acting, I think people have a career in that because AI actually needs a voice. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? But other than that, it's taking over a lot. I mean, they're even conjuring up dead people and put them on movies.
Yeah, it's true.
With AI.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what?
It is very, and we talked about this in our last podcast. It is very taxing. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, and I strongly believe this within myself, had I had moved out here at 18, right out of high school, or like early 20s, 2 years ago, I know I would have already made it. I know I would have. I know I would have already made it. I really believe I would have. Now I'm like picking up where I missed out because I wanted to go do the college route. There's nothing wrong with that. I had a great time, but
nothing wrong.
It's I'm playing catch up, and I've been hearing it. It's been circling around, and I've been trying to tell myself, hey, the journey can be very long as you're consistent. The universe will find a way to like, all right, here you go, Tyler. Here you go, Joe. Here you go, Blair.
Oh yeah.
But what I mean by that is, Samuel Jackson, he didn't get his start until later in his years, and I'm 33, and I've kind of come to terms that there's a very good chance I probably won't get my big break until I'm 37, right when I hit 40, just because that whole thing, like everyone says like, oh yeah, we just, you know, they either say it or they kind of hint like, yeah, we just want you to have more experience. How does anyone learn how to build a car or do construction or sing or whatever? Obviously you can do those things on your own, but what they're looking for when they say experience is who you worked with. That's what they're looking for. But it's like no one wants to give me the fucking shot. Like,
I was thinking notable credits.
Yeah,
you don't think it's notable credits.
Yeah, that's like, you know, the experience. Like, oh, cool. Well, who's gonna give that? Someone has to give that to me. Who?
Are they also looking
me
for
doing
like
student
followers?
films? It's not good credit. I'm doing them because you 10 don't want to give me an opportunity.
Right.
So who's gonna do it? Well, I don't know, not me. And I think that's where Hollywood has missed their really like because once you get to that level of like, I'm in this industry, and when I'm saying this, I'm talking about from the production side of things. I'm in here. You don't want to ruin your name. And everyone can look at you and Joe like, yeah, they're talented, but I run the risk that if Tyler does bad, then they're like, wasn't you the one that found him? So then people are gonna, you know, like, oh yeah, Steve, yeah, he was the one that found him. But then if Tyler does great, then I get praise. But I worked my ass off to get to this point. I don't want to risk it on a new guy. So, and I want my money that I just invested. So
they'll go hire a TikToker.
I'll just go hire a TikToker.
That's true. Yeah,
because
a lot of companies.
I think I might get my money back because I think the TikToker
the safe
route.
route.
My money back.
That's why a lot of the reboots are happening.
But
too.
here's the problem with that. They're doing it backwards. They're focused on who's marketable. The problem with that is just because you put someone that's marketable doesn't mean you're gonna get your fucking money back. Like really, it's really don't. Truly, because what's important and the reason why Hollywood back in the day was really good was because they focus on the story. They focus on the story, and then you find the talent that can actually give you that story. I mean, Dwayne Johnson is super marketable, but just because he's marketable doesn't mean he can play every fucking role. Like, why would I take that time to do that? Look at A24 films. A lot of their films may have one big A-lister and the rest B-listers, and then underneath that might be somebody you never even heard of, but the film does good.
Amazing.
Most of their
I love
distribution films are good because the story is being told first, and then you find the proper talent that can deliver that, and then the third thing, your money will come. It will come, but people are so focused of like, you know, let me put this person here. Now, are there some actors that we know that if you put them there, they're good. Yeah, they're good. They can
for sure.
It. But yeah, man, it's something that just always bothered me. I'm like, all these artists that come out, they're just like they're blowing up, and I'm still like, yeah, bro, I'm still out here trying to get my foot in the door. Which, by the way, is do you guys know? Do they still even offer 360 deals at this point?
Yes.
Wow, they still get away with that. That's crazy.
Don't know what that is, and they just want the fame.
Sway? Like, at this point,
people are still getting.
Damn.
They're kind of taking it off the table now because but for someone, oh god,
what's a 360 deal? What?
It's like a pie. You have this whole pie, and the industry you probably only take about a couple of cents from your revenue, everything. As in, they take about a good 95%.
Damn. Okay.
And you're a hamster on a wheel.
Yeah. That,
got it.
That contract is very long. And they do provide you with the lifestyle.
They do.
Yeah, they'll give you enough
but
money.
That's still charged.
They'll give you enough money. They'll give you like a budget a year, essentially, and you're buying these cars, you're having this house, but it's all under that deal pretty much. You gotta pay them back. Yeah,
and this is like a record deal we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's a record deal. So when you could be making thousands of dollars, you're probably making about $2,000 a month.
In law,
and you're doing interviews and traveling and concerts and producing content and putting out albums, being tired, missing out on family, and it's like you're a hamster on a wheel. Like
you're a product.
You're a product.
Yeah. In this, and when you get into the industry, and I say that as a whole, you become a product, and you gotta be. And I understand that. Hey, I love acting. I really fucking love it, and it is what it is. You know, to a degree, there's some things that I'm like, I probably won't necessarily do, but then there's some like, hey man, it is what it is. I don't have no problem with it, but I know other people may. But yeah, those 360 deals. That's so surprising that.
I guess you could go the independent route. Like when Hovey was on, he was saying that he's like completely 100% independent with like all his music and everything. But
it's possible.
I guess it depends if like how much of the work you want to do too. Because in like tours, you got to plan out your tours. You got to find everybody. You got to find a producer, and then they can maybe take on some things. Your own music videos, you got to account for that. Finances, everything.
Yeah. And once you are independent, you're doing well for yourself. You can go to a record label and get a distribution deal to where they can help you push yourself and your artistry out there instead of them taking so much money from you.
Yeah, and also spending a lot of money on dates.
Little segue.
God, I have spent so much on that. I've learned my lesson.
Really?
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't blame them. I blame myself for not reading signs earlier on. Which, by the way,
what's the most expensive date that you went on?
We posted that most expensive date. Someone commented on that video and said they spent like $500, but that was for his girlfriend.
Did we ever announce how much we made? I can't remember.
How much
we spent?
Oh,
for like on our most expensive one.
I don't think so. No. I think the most I spent on a date was $350. Yeah, around $350.
Yeah, mine's probably like $150,
That's
$200.
Yeah, and we only got one steak too, so the rest of it was like appetizers.
No drinks?
Yeah, drinks too. I don't really drink. They do.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I've never spent money on a date.
Because Tyler,
now I spend money on a piece. I spend money on a piece of ass. But no, on dates, I've been the receiver on that end. So
you never looked at the bill?
Oh
quick,
yeah,
caught a glance.
I mean, look at me.
What's up?
Pretty big bill, baby.
Like, you want to take me out?
I want a belch at the end of it.
You want to take me out of the date? Are you sure? There was a date. There was a date I went on with this girl, and she made way more than me. Not gonna lie, it is what it is. But I don't think she knew. I think she genuinely thought I was somewhat broke because she's used to dealing with actors or content creators, and they usually never have money. And I took her to this really nice place. Everything was going good. I already had mentally planned what was going to be paid and all that stuff. And she was like, "Oh yeah, we can get this to share," which I thought was interesting because most of the time, my dates, they get what they want, I get what I want. But she wanted the same thing. She was like, "Well, there's no point of us getting we get to share." I was like, "Cool, logic." And I'm like, "Cool, get to save money," but I knew it was still going to be expensive. And we're eating, and by this time, towards the end, the server comes up or whatever, and she sets down the book, and she ends up opening up the book and like starts signing it. I was just like, wait, what? She ends up paying for the date, and I was so confused. And the server's like, yeah, when she went to the restroom, she handed me her card, and I was just like, oh. And here's the thing, I was mad. I was happy and mad. Let me be honest. I'll be honest. I was happy and mad because I was like, damn, I saved money. But I was mad because I had to call her out because she assumed that I didn't have, I couldn't afford it.
Did she say that?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I confronted her about it when we drove back because it was bugging me. I was just like, why would you? Internally, I was like, I said thank you, and then we walked to the car. We were driving, and she was like, yeah, and I was just like. I was like, yeah, I gotta ask you, why'd you pay for that? Like, did you like assume that I couldn't pay for it? And then, yeah, she was like, well, yeah, and then she gave the whole spill because like the men that she deal with, they're in it's LA, so they're in the realm of like content creator. They usually don't have money. And then she said when I took her to that restaurant, she was like, oh, she assumed like, oh, he's trying to impress me. But I don't think he has the money. And I was like, yeah, don't do that again. Yeah. Like, don't do that again. Because that, yes, like I said, I was happy. I saved, like $250. But at the same time, like, don't assume. Like,
next time we go out, you're paying again because I'm mad at you.
Broke. And then she felt so bad. And I was like, yeah, like that. Don't do that, girl. Don't do that. Don't assume. But yeah, don't get it twisted. I was happy though.
I had someone that met me just randomly at a bar in New York and literally spent about $2,000 with me that night.
So Joe, wanna go to New York?
$1,000?
What are we doing?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Where was this place at?
I hope you know you're not getting anything from me.
You're not getting nothing.
Disclaimer.
You're paying for this. Disclaimer.
Wink, wink. But yeah, I was like, whoa, like you really trying to impress me. But the person just came from a family of money and, they were just trying to, they found out it was my birthday and they were interested in me also because they saw me. And then, buying me Dom Perignon bottles, VIP, private entries to club. I'm like, what the? Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
But, yeah.
Thank you.
What about you, Joe?
Have I ever got pampered?
Yeah.
Somebody ever spent money on me?
Yeah.
Pampered.
That's a word I don't hear too often, so I'm just laughing at myself. Pampered.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, well, a lot of the times, like when Shayla and I, we go out on dates, like either I'll pay or
who's
like
Shayla?
She'll pay.
You're gonna come out and make the announcement who Shayla is?
Shayla?
Yeah, who's Shayla?
She's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Hi, Shayla.
Yay!
Shout out Shayla.
Yay!
Shout out Shayla. Yeah. But when we go out on dates and stuff, yeah, it's either like I'll pay and then either she pays or like we split sometimes. I don't know. It just really depends. But yeah, I get pampered sometimes.
I love that.
Get pampered sometimes.
It's a balance.
Have you guys ever had, not the person, but have you had people come up to you and say like, oh, I heard you're like this in a relationship, or I heard you're not like you do this on dates, or so and so said this and that. Have you guys experienced such a thing?
Mm-mm.
Wait, say that again?
Okay, have you experienced anybody that, and I'm not saying like the people you've dated or went on dates with, but have you experienced like an outside source coming up to you and say, oh yeah, Tyler, so-and-so, like I heard you were like kind of rude on the date, or, or make these claims that when in a relationship with you, you're not a good person or something like that.
I wish the fuck you would say something like that. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So
Somebody has to you?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
No, not about me.
Oh, okay.
At least not to my face. So, found out, this is why I listen to radio now. A man is suing over 30 different women for $2.7 million for making claims about him on a Facebook group. We're dating the same man.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there's
I've
this
seen that.
Facebook group of women. They're different. They're not in every state, but there's quite a few different. Nebraska has one. California has one because this article is in California. But basically,
It's like the blacklist of men or something.
it's a group where girls will either go on dates with guys or actually have physically like dated them, like boyfriend and girlfriend, and they'll put your picture in there and they'll say basically you know, everything that they experienced when they were with you or when they went on dates with you.
It's probably always just bad stuff.
Yeah, and it's always bad. Yeah, because
it would never be good.
Never be.
Because why would they take the time?
Why would they take the time?
Defamation of character. That's why he's suing them.
And so the guy is suing him. However, California doesn't really care. So this particular article is in California, and there's a SLAPP law. It does stand for something, but it basically protects people's freedom of speech. And you have to, the person has to, like, so if you came at me like that, you would have to really come up with some evidence where I was actually defaming, like really defaming you and making up things. Because defaming is like, I would be making up fake facts. But if it's actual facts, then it's like, well, that's not, that's not defaming. That's freedom of speech. So one of his things got thrown out, but he has 29 other girls that he's suing, and so be careful when you're.
That's crazy. Yeah. I know universities have that thing called like rate my professor. What or whatever.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
So it's like similar, similar in that sense. Nobody's ever going to go on there and say,
like, wait, what?
No.
No. Grape. I was like, wait, what? Yes, I've heard of that.
But like, I feel like it's the same thing where nobody's going to go on there to give people 5 stars or like say good things. They're only going to go back on there to fucking be like 1 star. Fuck this guy.
I know Nebraska. What is it called? We're dating the same.
Yeah, same man or something.
A lot of people on there, which I've seen for myself, is like, oh, that's girl. So that's why he canceled my date because he was on a date with you, or or so you've been together with him for a year and I've been together with him for 4 years. Like, where does he have the time? Like, it's just like that back and forth. Now there is some shit talking on there, but I'm like, men, start being nice to these ladies. I'm telling you.
Stop or start?
Start.
Oh.
Sorry. This is kind of. Oh Lord. So another question, just to slightly wrap it up. As Joe, you can still answer. Wait, are you single?
Bring it on.
Like, there's nobody you can confirm that that's your actual.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm single.
Okay, just want to make sure. I'm single. That's what I felt like. It was like, if you had hair.
I'm single.
Okay, as a single person, what's an appropriate time to not have sex when getting to know someone? Ooh. Yeah. I say it that way because, if you're together, then I'm assuming you're banging each other's back. Oh, that's what you... A month? But that person...
It'd be hard. Literally, it'd be hard.
If you're still around here at the end of this month, your back is broken. I'm ending your life.
They're awesome.
Yo, nobody's gonna understand that.
No, I understand that.
Yeah. Joe does. Yeah. Oh, good times, man.
But if it's someone that I really like and like I can see a future with, and I'm like just kind of like falling in love with them, I would say a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
I feel like did we ask this question kind of last time? But it was like it factored in. Since your last relationship, like how long is since your last relationship until you would kind of consider that? So I feel like if there was that factor in there, but whatever feels right, it could be a week, it could be a month, whatever's right for you.
If I'm drunk, it's probably a couple hours.
No, he's a holy guy.
So you want to go?
So what are we doing here?
That's always right.
Yeah, I don't, I'm starting to get kind of, I would like to be in a relationship, but because of my mistakes, now I'm kind of like, maybe I should hold off on that. because I am still making some of the same mistakes of, you know, going down wrong paths with, you know, females, and, you know, and like I even said, I think before we even recorded, you know, it's not their fault. It's my fault, you know, not picking up the signs earlier. But yeah, I would say, yeah, if it, you know, feels right, you know, as a, you go both ways, right? Mm-hmm. What do you find? Damn. I should ask it that way. I'll be off camera. I gotta word this carefully. What do you hold both genders to the same standard?
To a certain extent, but no. No.
So when you are seeing a man, are you what people would say, like, are you the woman, or are you the
saying if I'm the bitch or the man?
I mean, whatever.
I'm a man. No,
America.
It's just, I don't know. It just depends on the person. Honestly, it's like, you know, there's some people how can I put this? Like, I guess when it comes to men, it's what are you leading into this? Because if I really like you, I can do anything. I could be more, you know, laid back, more submissive, or submissive, or I could be the aggressor, or like, you know, somebody that's just like really forward, really like, you know, in control. I can do that, you know, both, and that goes even with women too. So it's just like, what are they giving, you know, or I don't know. I know that kind of sounded a little all over the place, but
no,
yeah,
I understood it.
Yeah.
What about you, Joseph?
What was the question again?
Like, do you
initial question?
Well, because you only go after girls, so unless this is the moment, where you come out and say something, like, yes. Do you find yourself like, do you end up leading, or do you find yourself like you just kind of like, depending on the girl that you're with, you just base how you act on them?
Oh, interesting.
Or do you have your kind of like, if no matter who the girl I'm with, this is, you know, these are my boundaries, you know, this is how I like my relationships?
I'm pretty open-minded with a lot of things, and then definitely go with the flow, depending. But I feel like it's usually, not saying looks-wise, but I have a type, and like I act a specific way, so it's always the same. I feel like throughout the years, but yeah, still keep an open mind.
Fuck that shit.
I guess I'm a Camille. I don't know.
Chameleon.
I'm fake as fuck.
Well, that is pretty much it.
What about you?
I don't need people to know my secrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta talk off camera.
Well, edit mine's out. No.
Mine too.
It's just talking, and it's just. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, what's this dead space right here? Yeah, we had to edit it out. What is that dead space?
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode of Cracking the Cold with the boys.
I cracked something today.
He did.
I'm back on the wagon, by the way.
You're back on caffeine?
Back on caffeine.
Hey,
I couldn't. Dude, I almost fell asleep driving here, so I was like, fuck. I stopped and got a Red Bull, and then I got home and I'm like, no, I'm sleepy again. So then I grabbed an Alani, so.
Yeah. Let's grab a beer, so.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Even Pandora is still around. Oh, this is crazy. Yo, that boy Joe took a hit.
Sip of that caffeine straight to the head.
You guys can find us on TikTok, IG, all that good stuff. Joe, anything else before we get to Tyler?
If you actually watch this on YouTube, it's full length. Put a little tee-hee in the comment section so we know you're even there. It says that there's 16 viewers, but if you're listening and you actually did it, put a little tee-hee.
Yes.
So we know who's there.
Also, too, if you guys have if you made it this far, if you guys have anything that you are looking for us to talk about as questions wise, please comment on the Spotify thing. We have a little box in there where, you can comment something, your thoughts or whatever. Please let us know. Even if you know us personally, text us and be like, hey, I think you guys should talk about this or anything. Tyler, you have anything that you want to mention to people that you got going on? And
you can find me on IG, which is Tyler Marshall Music, and
on everywhere else. What about your Facebook? You
can find me on Tyler Marshall also on all platforms.
Except your friend.
Are you on Spotify? SoundCloud?
I am not on Spotify. Well, I am on SoundCloud, but that will be taken down soon. We'll talk about that.
They run, go like, go. Extract, download.
But yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, all right. Until next time. Bye.